Hi everyone, thank you for watching Chittarupa Yoga and Fitness. I'm Laura Wilson, and today we are going to do something that I'm calling yoga intervals. We're actually going to work from the Sun Salutation today and kind of amp it up a little bit, adding some squat and push-up intervals. It's going to be a little different, so be sure to let me know in the comments below what you think of this and if you want to try it again sometime. Also, make sure to check those links that are below as well. You really won't need any equipment except a nice mat. Let's go ahead and begin. Let's start in our mountain pose, just centering and collecting our thoughts. And beginning to bring our awareness to our breath. And as we get going in this, we're going to begin with the regular yogic breathing in and out through our nose. But as we get going into the intervals, you're going to find that breathing through your mouth is going to be better. So let's go ahead and open our mouth and just breathe through that a few times. Finding a three-part breath where we inhale belly, ribs, and heart. Exhaling heart, ribs, and belly. And we're actually going to warm up into our sun salutations as well. So let's find the top edge of our mat. Soften our knees, and let's just begin with a few pelvic tilts at the start. Feeling our core. And let's go ahead and add a little chest press. And then we're going to bring our elbows up. Let's take this to more of a squat. And we're going to add some elbow presses. So just finding the weight behind the balls of our feet, chest lifting up. And let's go ahead and inhale up from here, exhale, forward fold. And we're going to inhale up halfway, exhale and down, inhale all the way up. Waking up our whole spine, our hips, inhale up, exhale and down. One more time, full forward fold. Let's do that half. And then we're going to step back to hands and knees. And let's take this to a little cat and cow for a moment. Feeling our whole spine. Coming to neutral, and let's move side to side. So by the time we finish today, we are going to have worked our whole body and gotten some extra cardio for our yoga work. We are going to end with some stretches. Let's press back to child's pose. Walking our hands overhead. Now let's inhale forward, and we're just going to do a couple little push-ups here. Little bitty push-ups while we're warming up. Pressing ourselves back to child's pose. Let's inhale forward, hold our plank for just a moment. Feel that core firing up. And then we're going to exhale, knees, hips, chest. And let's do 3 baby cobra breaths. Inhale up, exhale down. Pressing back to child's pose. And we're going to do that again. Inhale forward to plank. Let's hold for a moment. And then exhale, lowering down. 3 baby cobras. And let's press back. Lifting up from here. Let's come back to hands and knees. We're going to move that side to side again. Pressing back to child's pose. And let's look at this middle section of our sun salutation, where we inhale forward, exhale all the way to the floor, inhale our chest forward and up, and exhale back to child's pose. Let's do that again. Inhale forward, exhale down, inhale it, and exhale back. Let's do that one more time to make sure we've got it, because this is going to be one of our intervals in a moment. And remember, we have the option of taking this to downward facing dog. So let's go through one time from here so that you know what you're doing. Exhale down, inhale up, and exhale back. And let's all go ahead and walk our hands to our feet. Inhaling up. Let's find our mountain. So I don't know about you, but I'm already starting to feel like breathing through my mouth. We're going to do a couple of Sun Salutation A's just to really fire up our warm-up. We're going to add a little squat to it. So let's exhale, shift our hips back, inhale up, exhale forward fold. Inhaling up halfway, exhale and bow. So we're going to step back to a full plank, toes or knees if that's where you are today. Let's exhale all the way down, inhale our chest up, and exhale child's pose or downward dog. I'm going to do it from child's pose today. Then we're going to look at our hands, walk our feet to our hands, and let's inhale up, exhale, add that little squat. Inhale up, exhale, inhale, breathing through our mouth yet? Inhale here, exhale down, inhale up, and exhale back. So hold this child's pose or the downward dog if you're doing that. Finding that 3-part breath if you can. Again, we're breathing through our mouth. See if we can get control over our breath. And let's inhale looking at our hands. Exhale, feet to our hands. And let's inhale up, finding our mountain. So the next thing we're going to do is step 1 foot back, and we're going to open up to warrior 2. Let's flip our hand, reaching up to reverse warrior. Exhaling and finding side angle. So remember, we can reach this arm up, just don't reach it way back. Make sure it's up where you can still see it out of the side of your eyes. Shoulder friendly version, hand on hip. We can also take this deeper. Now let's inhale up. We'll come back to warrior 2. Walk it in, step up to mountain. Let's slide the other foot back, walk it back a little bit. Warrior 2 on the other side, then reverse warrior. Side angle, any variation on the arms that you're feeling. Let's reverse warrior. Walk it in and step up to mountain. So let's work on that for just a moment. Step back, toe heel back. Toe heel in, turn that foot forward, step. So step back, toes face forward, toe heel back till it faces the side. Toe heel in, face the front, and step up. So let's go ahead and look at the exercises that we're going to do in our interval. We're going to go through 2 times with some variations the second time around. So the first one is going to be our squats. We're going to take it up, exhale back. Hands can come to our thighs, heart, or forward. Big circle sweep of our arms up, exhale, sitting back. So we're just going to interval for about 20 seconds, take a little rest, and then move on to the next one. So let's begin right here with our squats. and go. As much as possible, try to inhale when you're up, exhale sitting back. We can keep this at our breathing pace. If you feel like going faster, take it faster. Everybody gets out of it what they put into it. So whatever you want to get out of it, put that into it. And here we go, exhale, forward fold. Inhale up, exhale. Now let's take this to child's pose or downward dog. Like I said, I'm going to do it from child's pose today. Our next interval is going to be that middle section of our Sun Salutation, so take it at your own pace. We're going to go for 20 seconds. Here we go. Remember, try to inhale forward, exhale down, inhale up, and exhale back. But if you feel like going a little faster, take it faster. I think we've got time for one more, and then we'll take it to our resting pose. If you are someone who feels better sitting up to breathe here and rest, sit up. Otherwise, we can stay in our child's pose or downward dog. We can take variations. Checking in with our breath. Probably breaking a little sweat now. Let's go ahead and walk our hands to our feet. And let's inhale up. And take a moment to get some water. And when we're ready, we'll step to the top edge of our mat. We're going to step 1 foot back, walk it back, warrior 2. So our next interval is going to involve our reverse warrior and our side angle. So we're going to inhale when we come up, exhale when we come over. Here we go. And again, try to coordinate this with the breath. Any kind of arms that you want. All right, let's bring it back up, warrior 2. Walk our foot in, step up. Let's do the other side. Step it back, walk back. And here we go. So as much as possible, inhale up, exhale over. If you're breathing fast, that just means you're going to take it faster. All right, let's come back to warrior 2. Walk it in, square it up, step it up. So just take a moment here. Let's do some hip circles. We're going to run through those same intervals one more time with some variations. But let's do a couple of regular Sun Salutation A's in between. If you prefer, just kind of hang out here, keep moving your feet a little bit and rest while the rest of us take on those Sun Salutations. Again, if you're feeling energetic today, add that bit. But if you personally need to take a rest right here, okay? Keep circling your hips or something. And meet us again in just a couple minutes. Otherwise, we're going to do that Sun Salutation. Let's start with our squat. Inhale, exhale. Taking it back. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, child's pose or downward dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale, sit back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And let's inhale up. Finding our mountain. And again, take it to some hip circles here. Everybody together at this point. Let's go the other way. And we're going to start our second set of intervals. Already fired up. Whew. So this next one, we're going to take it to the chair flow again, or squats. But we're going to see about adding a twist. So we're going to inhale up, exhale, twist. Inhale up, exhale, twist. 20 seconds. Really fast. Here we go. Coordinate it with your breath as much as possible. A few more seconds. One more. All right, finding our mountain for a moment. Breathing through our mouth. Let's inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway. And then find your downward dog or child's pose. We're going to take a few deep breaths here. Move into that mid-sun salutation again. 20 seconds. Let's get ready. Here we go. If you're ready to make this bigger, make it bigger. All right, let's do one more. Or go ahead and rest if you're ready. Child's pose or downward dog. Or sitting up, depending on what our body needs. And let's go ahead and walk our feet to our hands. We'll take this standing up since our heart rate is up. We've got one more interval to go. That way we will have worked our whole core from all different angles. We worked our legs, our upper body. Full body workout today. Let's slide one foot back, walk it back. So we're going to start at our reverse warrior like we did before, with an option to either stick with that side angle or revolve by bringing this hand down and this hand around. So the flow will look like this. Inhale up, exhale around. And you can alternate back and forth between the two. Here we go. Remember, you can do regular side angle in here as well. One more. Let's hold our reverse warrior for a moment. A little bit of stretching here. And let's walk this in, face forward, step it up. Stepping the other leg back. One more interval to go. Remember, reverse warrior and either side angle or look at reversing it. So it would be up here, exhale here, mixing it up as you wish. Here we go. One more. We'll take it to reverse warrior and hold. Breathing through our mouth. All right, let's bring this in, forward and up. We're actually going to take it back to that other side. Open up. Let's take it to our reverse warrior on this side. And this time we're going to take it to triangle. So let's straighten our leg out. Reach forward over our foot. And just find some part of our leg. Lift that other shoulder to the ceiling. So a little bit of cool down and some stretching, and then we'll take it to the floor for even more. Like I said, this is a full body workout, complete with warm up, definitely some cardio. Cool down and stretch. Let's turn those toes forward and take this to a wide leg forward fold. Lifting up, we'll turn those toes out and walk this foot in. and up, taking it to the other side. So walking out. Let's start with our reverse warrior. And then we'll take it to our triangle. Reach forward and then over. Just checking in with our breath. Let's bring this back to warrior two, turn our toes and find that forward fold. Let's make our way up, walk our feet in, step it up. And from our mountain pose, let's just do a basic little side stretch here. We're going to cool down a little more before we take this to the floor. Now let's reach our hands back. We're going to open up our chest. So we're going to do some chest stretches and a little bit of back bending in a moment. Right now, again, seeing if we can regain control of our breath. 3-part breath with our mouth open. At least for me it is. Now let's release from here. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. And we're going to step back to our plank and let's come onto our belly. Untuck our toes. And we'll find our Sphinx. So elbows underneath our shoulders, shoulders pushing to the floor. One thing about back bends is they'll get our heart rate up as well. So this should be a nice transition from the high or interval cardio. If you're feeling it, we lift our seal pose, again, keeping our shoulders relaxed down. Back to our Sphinx. Now let's lower down. We're going to press back to child's pose. Everybody in child's pose. Because we're going to play around with it, dropping our bottom to one side and walking our hands over to the other. Let's walk to the other side, drop our bottom. Let's walk back to the center and come around and have a seat. And let's begin an easy seat with one leg in front. We're going to take the opposite hand and reach up, lengthen our spine, and take it to an easy twist to one side. So we're going to stick with seated stretches and finish with a meditation moment instead of going to the floor for final relaxation. Just because our heart rate is still up a little bit. Let's switch the front leg. Inhale, lengthen, and twist. Now let's unwind from here. We'll take one leg out straight. Now let's just fold down the center to begin with, toes pointing up to the ceiling. Hopefully our heart rate's coming down. See if we can maybe inhale through our nose, exhale through our mouth. Breathing any way we need to. Let's lift up, square ourselves over that leg, and let our heart come toward our knee. Let's sit up from here, switch sides. And again, we'll start with that fold down the center. Should be feeling some inner thigh engagement here. Feels a little different on each leg. Now let's go ahead and just start becoming aware of our body and what we're feeling. Let's lift it up, take it over this leg. Now let's lift up from here, bring our legs out in front. Let's take it to some fingers and toes here. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of roll over to one side. And we're either just going to press this one knee back, keeping our leg on the floor to open up this hip, or reach down and grab your foot and draw it in. Either way, we can keep the knee on the floor, whichever way this feels best. With all those squats, we did a lot of closing in of our hips. Always want to make sure we open these back up. So let's bring that knee together, make our way to the other side, where again, we'll just push this leg back, or reach down and grab your foot. Heart rate coming down, hopefully. And again, please make sure to leave me some comments below. Let me know what you thought about this, because we can certainly do more of this if you liked it. Also, make sure to check those links below, especially my Patreon link, for much more stuff like this, meditations, pranayama, all kinds of yoga-related stuff on my Chittarupa Yoga and Fitness Patreon page. So let's come to an easy seat, or maybe a half lotus today. And we're just going to sit up tall, find our sit bones, hands resting on our knees, lengthening our spine and closing our eyes. So just feeling our sit bones and legs rooting into the floor, our heart opening up, our head reaching for the ceiling. We're just going to allow our body to be completely still. See if we can get our mind to be still for a few moments as well. And just taking a moment to check in with our breath, just observing it. Now let's lengthen a little taller, open up our heart with a nice inhale, exhaling hands to our heart. One more nice big breath, opening up. Exhaling hands to our heart. I appreciate you joining me today. See you next time.